and Deputy National Communications Officer of the NDC, Professor Joseph Safu Edu, Head Center for Aging Studies, University of Ghana, Legon. The World Cup has begun. IEA polls. I've just seen another poll that says Musa Dankwasi President Mahama over 70%. IEA here dropping to 58%. State of affairs, military, hospital, and matters arising. Is there politics? What's going on? Agenda 111 was the way forward. Check 26, almost 27 minutes past 9. Prof, you're watching up, hey?
I see you.
Walk out there.
Walk on, my phone.
Me who watch it now? What you need?
My phone. Same one I meant to say. Oboboso.
Aye.
Oboboso.
I bend.
La come me te di na no say Kokrokoo 40 minutes bra 40 minutes na
omo so mo doctor ba.
Me mama Masafwa.
Ojo so.
Aye. Enti me chia me Kokrokoo me bra fo nyina o Ghana nyina obi a wadi 60 years and beyond. Me chia no.
Ojo so.
Na masre say ya kaide ya meka no. O sorry Africa so and sorry hirikiti sa. Sorry boko tretre onemu. Tretre onsa twist your body. Na fe pace you bottom back on a bo
Necessary.
Nothing as a crabe 2 to 5 minutes. And son was every kitten so. Na mawenya heart attack and I say cardiac arrest. Na ye no spirit na ye sregana for you na says age na dia ye kan wasa mayana ebi mu di agro no ye say ento wada and I na ye say oh media me yakora Obenguan say we 60 years. Na or he say you be treat we. And he say or maybe are serious. No look at the way they treat they are vulnerables. Now one guy engine so e can one guy vulnerable in Ghanaian society. Into yes right. Mo amoye o ma me papa no mo a e bia mo ya demented o mo ya nya neurocognitive disorders. Enti bia okasa na refi no ho ebia na o na drobe no na so no na obuafu na o purpur itini ade no jai elderly abuse kwame is on the rise in Ghana na ye ma me no so a mba nyina mo de papa na mo de mo mba nyina akutu kwan no bia ntem ho kwame ye study bia ye no 17% of older persons in Accra are living alone. Whoa, one on quantity. Just imagine research lesson kwame o nyini a ade be ku first number 1 on the list air heart and cardiac arrest te won ko a wate ho
bibi to
who is there nti yesre ye janom meno so mon ko amote no esre mo momma ebi no metena mo ya na Kokrokoo se bi so ho mete obi entumi ntena Onso ya bra ho ase kakra.
Me need to ma bere bi me mo ni din.
Bra ho ase. Na wona ni pentment ntena. Na yemboa wo. Onyini de e wo bia ho. Na yemboa na wonkwa wote a. Asam to a obi enu ho abeso mu. Enti kwa me na make na kisa me kai obi a se ye nyina yemboa. Na living alone na kwa me de hu kra na obeyi oti he. So ono na PhD no say wona wo. About 7% kwame of older persons yesterday about 500 and something. About 7% have had a thought to kill themselves.
Hey.
And it's as you said, I can't have any no. If you bofra so I could simply so. Now if it's a loneliness, more than 77% are living with hypertension. I don't know to mean to.
Yeah.
And there was for near my come by age, you know, here na mama yi na yamwa na monka is a center for aging studies your 4 programs your PhD and no come and say, so I'm in Yemen. Machinaba. Your MA in aging studies, your PhD 4 years. Akugan, any third group are over. That was your boss.
Na onya daji o.
Oh, sha,
wait. Nene abre diabolic politics.
I mean, look, Ako, I catch him so bad. I said, Ako, the man 80 plus. And your person is here. It's Ako Oba.
No, in fact, hey, silent blow.
Silent blow, yeah, that's
Prof, guys, everyone, to me. Obianti, I'm say, hey, Auntie B, maybe I'll phone the piece FM when you're in America.
Oh, Auntie B, now is out.
I'm going to remember. Auntie, remember why? And yes, a month for say your PhD 4 years, your MA in aging studies 1 year. Your MA, MPhil in aging studies 2 years. Kwame, and you want MA in counseling. And I say 1 year. And your weekend program.
Okay.
I say, yeah, no, Kwame, you will develop a year caregiving sciences.
Wow.
And teacher says, center, no. A center, a general and nice, so papa. Mombra, Mombakoyamwa. Makacha could say, Ako, how will it look like? Say, Auntie B. The anti-B back clinic na anti-B for the first time and if you know queue or by a geriatric hospital or by clinical psychologist or geriatrician or family hospital and family doctor or obia or a neuropsychologist or obia or physician physician specialist or just imagine one person nutritionist or social worker or Abusafo, ye here $11.2 million. Tiako, what the idea? Wow, sound before. Ako, how will it anti B ba? Now go from and say, oh, prof, anti B ba, anti. Now, meshi anti B. Now, maybe anti B, such a hospital. Abi, anti B, you're going to say, or home crack a crown or deck a crack a bit me at that. Now, go point you my alcohol funnel. Anti B. Mabacho yakuwad mama wine. Auntie be yanewad. No wad in your way of yanewad wine. No mumbo in Siadi. And the comment, I'm a pay that to say, Chiana made the mammy. Remember our phone. Now, come in, say, Presby 4. And Rame call Presby, sorry, victory, the award adentano.
Yeah, Fran.
Aye. Many more kasa about aging. Come so far, to be honest with you. Sorry, a picky agent, serious our Ghana. The President Church of Ghana.
Interesting. Miami Presby.
Wow, now I'm not surprised. On Zion Chamber 200 years.
Presby Church.
Until they've gone through the motion among Guardian. Until 200 years they are coming.
Yeah, better. I saw in here aging studies.
I saw here aging studies. And I'm not surprised at all. Or more yard, papa. Not the sun and bra and penny four are cladded in their cloth. A be 80, a be 70, no more tea, no many more care about age name Rantier, President of Ghana, more yard here. Now, Mumbai, the lead, Moya the first to say, Prof, Beji, $5 million be.
Hey, better, sir.
Kwame na say wa ha.
Enye better.
O catch up more. The first to say, Prof, where you did 200 years. And the Center for Aging Studies, they did $5 million. Na fashion na ye no ya check. Enti ye tiase pa. Enti this is for me mo nyina ache. Na moderator me chiao na ejuma pa. Oh yeah. Amen.
Prof me da say, brother Japa.
Mango brother.
Apo me.
Yamiza chain. What's was there?
Japa ofanzo Japa.
Divine selection. Or you second boy. Second boy. Or you second boy.
Second boy.
Yes.
Abe, at the pay,
Yeah.
men take advantage now, men pay tribute to one of yen illustrious
Oh.
Yankoponatun Safran. Ambassador.
His Excellency Ambassador James Victor Gbeho.
Menye,
such a sweet man.
menye, and this ni.
No.
But if you there, a bit more money, regardless of one political leaning,
No.
we have to celebrate them.
The cut across.
We have to.
Mm-hmm.
He was a statesman, a diplomat,
A quintessential diplomat.
and ne a small just my money. I think that or they in a year emulate. Game.
Well, yeah.
Me no din komo time bia me catch her there. I'm in secondary school mo kwedo. And it's ya what it is no.
At this harder.
Yen school old no.
Mm-hmm.
Ose others have labored. We share their glory.
Yeah.
Ours is to do exploits and add to their gain. So those who come after will take up the story. Or a deep. Or a deep.
Or today, you're not assassin.
Enti
Ebi ahwe won kwa was woman jia ato ma yen
enyen
yen ho faso nti yen so
abadi na eye ma dachimba.
yeah.
It's in that spirit and I celebrate Ambassador Victor Boho. Yankopon ankasa onfa no kra onfesi.
Amen.
Yenzaro ho.
You go
Was
shit.
91 years.
Why you be?
Oh, brother, he's lived a full life.
Why you be?
And Yankopon ankasa onfa no kra onfesi.
Why you be, papa?
Minim there as a country, even though most of the times they celebrate and uncle when they are alive. Yekana ma washre wanon kwansana. But I believe that Ambassador Beho has been celebrated well enough. And washre nemkwe so aban will do the needful. Now we jan kwan fe. Now me expect the Ghana ni bia so awas my money say no so yen celebrating crowd during his lifetime. Let's say Yankopon Otunsa as a friend now. We have to let them have the full benefit of state honor. Public service, why I kono
Yeah.
ma da chimba so wabepeda wabeda wabeda wabe bi wada so be boy e de kodu biado.
Enyim there answer na ebe ka adisada na asem no my regular texter bi wo friend no muchacho or US. Also, good morning, KSK. Trust you're doing fantastic. Have a good show. Best regards to Ejapa Mesa. Up Santa. We stand with Thomas Partey. Interior Woods in Wien. And also interesting. I gave him the Santa shout outs before he even spoke about Adisada College. I really associate with Santa Clausians, even though I'm a full Accra. Motown all the way. Muchacho from somewhere in the US. Good morning, Muchacho. Thank you very much for that one. We stand with Partey, don't we? We're coming to that very brief comment. Akomaje.
Bravo, Joso.
Ekoye dear.
Nyamia dum bibia akoye.
Great. Now, where the me the way fia ho. Say World Cup has started.
Yeah.
Ghana nyamu bi.
Ina de eba no.
But the ebo baba no. Yeah, titi. And a muchacho has sent a message say we stand with Partey. What are your thoughts on that Partey as me? Where did the tree market?
Matthias here.
Yeah, sure.
And medical ada wetie for na hwefo nyina so
Yina you so that's it.
na masan so ada minuanom a omo Bono East, especially the communication team.
Alcohol.
Yes, and they had a fantastic program training for our communicators.
Great.
And to no mefa way so na mechi regional chairman and regional executives na and kankane Mustafa or your communication regional communication officer
Mustafa
and the deputy Babs for organizing those events. Sometimes as I say yakaka na power no eni etrim bebre ni ehun say yesum Ghana for nti yakasa no na yama ɛho ate na yehu se ne Ghana for mo to aba ede ma yen na kasa. Okay, Brakwa me answer na meba Partey issue ne so. I'd want to link it kitwe bi with your friend say South Africa evacuees, you know. Akwada bi a ya wo no so oye American. Onim say he is far higher above any citizen of the world.
So it's an edition.
Exactly. And in that same spirit, you know, it is about time. Yes, so yebema Ghana for me, the politics about the evacuation and all those things, you know, and you know na me share.
Okay.
But with the pride, say Ghana ni bi amekwa bibi beto me, ewo oman bi so no, my country will be there for me, you know. It's the number one joy that ewo makuma mu. Me pe say ye de sa enema no, ehye yenkwada no etrim say nobody is above any child or anybody anywhere. It grows patriotism, it grows loyalty for state and all that. And you know, on this very issue, Maminkai and Yamakitwebi. Yes, goal 6 of FIFA President Gianni Infantino's strategic objective 2023-2027 it focuses on social responsibilities, in particular human rights and climate related aspects. And FIFA embraces these across its operational and relations. Se obekaya Qatar FIFA for let me read it in English. Establish a remedial fund for migrant workers, and this is a directive from FIFA to Qatar when they wanted to host 2022 exactly. Establish a remedial fund for migrant workers and to correct exploitative labor conditions during the 2022 World Cup. In Iran, almost so directive be. Yes, women's rights to attend domestic and international football matches, specifically instructing authorities to allow female spectators into stadium because Iran no they differentiate they differentiate almost segregate a man from a mema, you understand. FIFA is against that. Into all these directives. Before I come to Partey, Palestinian football chief says UN denied him visa to attend the World Cup.
US, you mean?
Yes, US. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Yes. And this was somebody share Mexico and South African match, you know, ewo Mexico. Going to watch the next match in US. Yes, mano enko. Look at what happened to the is this Sudanese referee? Somalian referee. Denied visa say own to me and Konkodima. This is our finest referee in Africa. So in effect, you are denying the whole of African our best to show what he has to offer the world. Your players be here. Yes, here more visa. And you see, football, one unifying thing around the world. We are going to celebrate football and our passion. Ebane say na krobi die edru omo so say omo eba be hosti programmer. Omo de emra foforo bi ebe bata ho. My problem first of all goes to FIFA. Obi eye bi no I think one country say oba be hosti one of this world or see Israel own prima Israel Emma Nikrumu Emebo Bow because only Israel ewo problem. And yes, I want to me there. Ye be hosting right, you know. Everyone say because yen to me and tolerate because ye the in kabum and a eba football. Why is it to say America, Canada, yen to me embo omuchemso? It is a problem. It is a problem. And these are some of the things that we must speak against. Why is it say somebody say name we FIFA and case okay another country or 2 or 3 your friend is saying countries can co-host it. Senegal, everybody, it's a festival. It's a festival. And in fact, 90% of the reasons you call World Cup it's not on the field. 10% is on the field. 90% is the euphoria around it,
fraternizing
and fraternizing and all that. The now to be denied will be say, oh dear, Oma Obi Enko Hobi. Narrowing down to Thomas Partey. You see, Coach Bia won a strategy. There are strategies that are even built around players. Say player way okrabola nipa miensa nipa enai and the person tackle no. Into his a strategic person. Made no eshem se wabo akokro so waye den you ne presence and the attraction of players towards him because they know what he can do with the ball. No?
To say name
Exactly. Emma players really so efa free ekoshe goals and that there. It's a coaching strategy. How do you deny a player who is an integral part of a team? Adia susua odi deny no. Sebi wodo dansam. Somebody has been accused of something. He has a right of response. Yen ka ho asem, yen mu ho aten, yen nye ho hwe. Wodi kai ebu ho aten say because of this me ma no emma mi krom ha.
Me ma ha, thank you.
Why should it be tolerated? The zeal and now bebree per se omo witness a World Cup in Canada, Mexico and then US, it is dying down because complaints, endorse from all other countries. Complaints endorse. And it is about time FIFA nankasa so as I say, sa enima we no. Omutumidi omunaye esi ho kakra ewo. There are countries that within a matter of 6 months, okase omu organize event ombetumi out organize because they have the facilities and everything to be able to do it.
In fact, Tobias sent him as a country if you see Israel was Indonesia.
Indonesia, thank you very much.
FIFA under 20 World Cup, I believe.
Thank you very much.
It was in 2023, yeah. FIFA under 20 World Cup.
All right, thank you very much. If you could be bold on these things, why not other countries? And my only a year for Partey is say, listen, Partey is a sports person, and I pray for strength for him. Whoever you are, they be associated with something psychologically, it breaks you down. It is my prayer. Say, he should get an internal force within himself to quicken his spirit to be able to get the strength to be able to play. Because if for starting here, UK for starting say, omunchia Partey. And that's embarrassing statement. So which year obia. I was happy. Said the Black Stars so say, hey, so Bobby, na se monya yenyina so yenye yenchiao. You understand? But sometimes why you do you go through some emotional and psychological torture. It is my prayer. Say, Partey should rise above that and show the world what he has in him.
Interesting conversations here. Kwame, FIFA must henceforth consider nations who are more democratic and accommodating to host future World Cups. Canada is doing this in support of a fellow kingdom, England. This World Cups, this World Cup seems to be one of the most controversial tournaments ever. What happened to for the love of the game? Shouldn't Africans should not be victimized? Befi from Bantama. Kwame, the same people who preach rule of law are going against it. He isn't guilty, but receiving guilty treatment. Greetings to Senior Ako, Psychos, and Eddie Enobai. Hypothetically, France versus Canada in the final, and then the final will be played in Canada. They can decide to select the best players from France and deny them visas. What happens? FIFA, wake up. Couldn't the government of Ghana use backdoor diplomacy in dealing with Partey's issue rather than press releases? Food for thought. Castro, the people have put it out already. What was government supposed to do? Anyway. Ejapa, any comments?
And it's surprising.
Mm.
One of the cardinal principles of young criminal jurisprudence Canada so or common law jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm.
Only presumption of innocence.
Right.
And see Partey de on only burden be on him. A burden of proving his guilt.
Yeah.
Rests with the state. And see, he is presumed innocent until the state is able to prove the allegations now are level against him. No. And if he is not able to raise a reasonable doubt, then you can find him guilty. And it's surprising. When I heard the news over the weekend, I'm of course, prior to that, near the England team no crowd was the one no. Now I was wondering that what is it? Abba Sama. Yes, Nkrofo be alleged there on one for a conbida on ye a papa.
Mm-hmm.
You have a right to prosecute him. What set date for trial, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
2027. And see, why are you using this unorthodox tactics? They ain't any same cry in a tournament, no objective, only the upper foster existence amongst nations.
Mm-hmm.
And saying same by reason only of the fact that Obia alleged some wrongdoing on his part. And he say, what courts know to establish the guilt? Then what happens? Reverse now. And then to add insult to injury, Canadians one man Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Based on what? Mere allegations. Yes, they are serious allegations, no doubt. But they are still allegations.
Exactly.
Not proven.
At all. Text and I can messages here. I think that's the way to go. Of course, statement they order to bedroom already.
Mm-hmm.
But it shouldn't end with statements. Of course, statements now because they indicated there will employ all the diplomatic channels available to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to ensure that we reverse one decision. I don't think government should stop short of anything other than getting Canada to reverse the decision, because this is completely unwarranted.
Can you imagine
there's no way we can accept it. Ozande match there round of 32 nukrano say you to qualify from group stages here. Match is to be about Canada. And this is one of our most experienced players. And see, what will be the justification?
Can you imagine his mental health at this time?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Canada for can one day no one's there.
You
are known down south of Canada. Especially under the leadership of my good friend the Donald.
In any 80th birthday.
Also, UFC tournament.
I didn't know see what White House Garden.
White House Garden. Wow. The Donald.
DJT.
But thankfully, the problem in Iran seemed to be coming to an end. And petroleum prices will start to trend downwards.
Yeah.
Or yeah, good for you now. But or yeah, lessons so titri the politicians. When they suit us, na ye wo oppositioner, ye de bochaskele. Na ye ba banum na say external forces be o impact yen economy. Then we quickly turn around from yen position in opposition. But I suppose that's a conversation for another day.
Exactly.
Yeah, football or something.
Let me move on.
The point is in Anamaka. And bring the band or dos papa.
P.
Oh.
Musa Abattoir in Aswansi says Ghana must insist on the fundamental principle of the rule of law and due process. As Akogan rightly pointed out, democratic principles are universal and apply equally to Ghana and Canada. Partey has not been convicted of any offense. He remains innocent until proven guilty. Musa Abattoir ND and by. Why is it that the Ghanaian players, when they feel they have arrived, they go for white women? Hey, Opare is asking this one. Everybody are in choice. Odisha Jabing says Canada has not been fair to Ghana. While FIFA, okay, this is a bit way too long. Ranking member, I'm sorry, I'll have to move on. But he says, while FIFA deserves criticism for allowing politics to creep into Ghana football, the GFA should also be called out. You say, how can a serious football association wait until last minute to process visas? Goes on and on and on. Ranking member, Pachomi, that's it. Next time, I stress, Oben Titia Amamwai. Okay, let me move on from there. And this one says, you just mentioned Partey's mental health. I can tell you for a fact his head is not in the game. Comfort sends that one in. The Black Stars players should angrily play Wednesday's match in Canada for Thomas Partey. Inkojo said, what do you mean by angrily? That's Prosper says at this point the inclusion of Partey in the first game will be a liability because psychologically he'll be out of the game. And then the booing of Partey has not been good for his morale and confidence in particular and the rest of the team in general. Maybe it's best to move on. Anthony says that one. Are we saying that without Partey we cannot perform well at the Mundial? That is an admission of a very weak team. Prosper, that's not the point. The point is that we see injustice. That's all it is. That's all it is, really. Prof, any comments? Maybe about Partey mental health. Quick one. But before that, Presbyter Charles Nite Kotego, or Presbyterian Church of Ghana Salvation Congregation, New Achimota, Mile 7, or Simming Nawasi for the wheelchairs. So this from Presbyter Charles Nite Kotego.
Pacho, ya ni te kutego ya.
Oh no.
Presbyter be ka hon my confused. I've never heard that one before.
But he's a Presbyterian, very active one on social media.
In fact, he's a presbyter.
I didn't know.
Now you know.
I am knowing. I am now knowing.
Mischief.
Diabolism.
Yes, sir.
An allegation is only a claim to be tested and not a verdict to be held onto. In fact, this is really surprising. You know, sometimes, Kwame, the global north. We copy so many things from them. Copy as if I think for about 20 years now, we are getting a lot of exposure.
Yeah.
Now, some of the areas in their jurisprudence are Kwame and Koyi. Now, Omoyamanitra, Omo pursuit for morality. Now, Omoyamanitra. Well, you can't be one. Kwame didn't say, oh. It didn't say, oh. You can't be one. Embrano, why? I said, it go acquaintance. Na embrano, I said, Nipano, the Oye, and Okurana, and Okure. And until it is. And I no, people said you're yeah, no, 1 year, the year, no. You can never, even arm robbers cry. I mean, who create to look at the cry, ultimately, I say, oh, far bonnet you.
Yeah.
It's not done. It's not done. So an allegation is a claim. It's a claim to be tested. It's a claim to be verified. It's not a verdict to be held onto. Yembu naten.
There we.
Na the yemo idea say yebu Partey aten. Ena enti fa ho edi idea mu yi. Number 2 is Kwame. Obviously, Abraham no able for this can really demoralize him. Yedi fika one. It me proud pa. Na say fini dia kan bit me proud. Nya no nko Kwame. When you are carrying adibia enya obidia for it has a contagion effect. One a ben one e be come. Kwame say obi you have ever come across somebody asema tuna asema no do yen kan asem wi bad. I say nkofu say no correct. Now ben no. You feel say obey no correct say if you be come. That's the impact of a contagion. In this matter, the contagion will be the demoralizing effect on the players.
Yeah.
And it's a players, no, someone the psychologist call you, come here, friend, Juma, sorry. Where psychologist will come or a Juma pa. Because you know what's going to happen? Some of the players may feel that they are going to, in solidarity to Partey, are not going to play well. Others will say, in solidarity to him, they will do their best. You cannot tell. Where Juma, as a psychologist, is to diagnose and see what to do with them. And another year, I know from a pure psychological point of view, I know the players may not be happy. The players may also be angry. Say, one body their best. But one thing about anger is that it cuts both ways. Come on, say, virtually you have tremors. Abufono destroys coordination. That's what it does. And when you cry, who passing, bro? Anger, no. When the anger is not modified and managed, a trasso. And what is on your mind is that Yenuyebi doesn't deserve this treatment.
Yeah.
Now, and now, out of anger, no, because it disturbs and distorts your coordination, you know. Anxiety increases in you. Kwame, don't forget, Name, I used to teach sports psychology.
Okay.
And one of the issues are players Kwame, what we call anxiety. Anxiety on the day of play. Match and ankasa no, the anxiety ba. And nipa na ono ne kobo the anxiety ba. The spectator effect, the anxiety ba. The expectation of your country, the anxiety ba. And we know they have multiple layers of anxiety. How do we prove to Ghanaians that we can ignore what is going through and play? And the technical team and the psychology team last us echo match is a Juma Hopa.
They should get to work.
They should get to work. Kwame, when you have a copy, a friend Samuel Yolson, or that's
yes, on a clinical psychologist.
I say, Prof, good morning. The last time I checked, there is no sports psychology with the team.
Oi.
And the sports psychologist be anyhow. And you're not a different sorry. I wish I come now. But Kwame, I don't think that Partey has been fairly treated. Canada.
It's sad. Chairman General, with our former colonial masters, the UK, England, Britain, all of them, they will never ever win the World Cup, whether they greet Partey or not. Even we are not going to greet them too, Mr. President in Denmark.
Hey,
can the Black Stars decide to pull out of the Mundial? The Canadians will lose their matches, inshallah, from Eric Camposa, tax expert. Well, at this point, we can't decide to just pull out. Nah. Chairman General, the last person has nailed it. African footballers must stay away from these white girls. They don't love them. They only see money. Confo sends that one. And then Sampine says, you see Ako. You see Ako Ghana. He's just doing Gumbe in a Christianity style. The Christian Gumbe man is afraid of a presbyter. But seriously, let's move on. As much as the Canadian government has the right to take their decisions, the absurd parties when unproven allegations are used as a cause. Now, okay, we find now then I yam kakra. Chairman General, human rights are supposed to be inherent, indivisible, interdependent, and universal. Even armed robbers are given a hearing. So why should a player be denied a visa just because he has been accused of an offense? It's a breach of international human rights law. Please tell Bobo he has swept us power, but we're still friends. Sasa no Bobo. Okay. JC Buaku says, do you think Canada and US don't know the law of innocent until proven guilty? Do you remember the French player Nicolas Mendy? They treated him like a non-entity. The racism against blacks in football must stop. Former Ivorian player Emmanuel Eboué ended his career in tears. Black players should focus on black women when they arrive in life. JC Buaku, political marketing experts. I say, it's another matter for another day, but hey, we'll be on any movement, we'll be on any choice. Boucher says the treatment of Thomas Partey in the Canadian embassy by the Canadians is bad. The authorities must speak out boldly, the Ghanaian authorities. Chairman General, this is discrimination. Mike Tyson is allowed in Canada after conviction and serving a jail term. Ghana is now doing guilty until proven innocent. So why wouldn't... Okay, I don't get this one. Okay, I see what you mean. Chrissy Payne says, Chairman General, Ghana is now doing guilty till proven innocent. So why would the Canadians do that to us? The fact is that they don't respect Africans. If it were an American or European, Canada will not treat him like they did to Partey. We must take diplomatic legal action, Dr. Eronidu, UPSA. While Canada has acted based on its laws, the GFA cannot escape responsibility in the Partey matter. This issue is bigger than the player. It concerns the reputation of our game. And then, okay, some of you have sent the same message 3-4 times. Okay, Oblitekom, I read it already. Okay. With the issues of not greeting the English team, I think Partey should be the last in the player arrangement on the field. So he doesn't greet them. Prosper. Somebody also suggested that Partey should be the very first person. Anyway, Mr. Emmanuel Center at Touchpoint Magna Carta, happy 50th birthday to you. Mr. Emmanuel Center of Touchpoint Magna Carta, enjoy your 50th birthday, many more years. Welcome to floor 5. Ago.
Bra.
I see President Mahama dropping opinion polls. 58%. It is still a good number, though.